Hello, everyone. So I'm coming on here today to share a message from my heart and to speak about the energy from Leo, full moon, which is also a super moon, which is super cool. Um, and I say super beautiful too. I've been using my supers with this moon for sure. Basically, what that means is it's affecting us more. It's much closer to Earth. So we're seeing that beautiful moonlight shine very strongly. And hopefully, all of you have seen it because we're tending to be more drawn to the moon naturally. So I'm hoping everyone's paying attention to that themselves and not just subconsciously being like, oh, that's interesting. Really start to recognize as to why your body, your mind, and your heart are starting to do things differently, because this is where we're headed as a collective, and it's going to give us the opportunity to do things different. So the moon is called a snow moon by the Native Americans, and basically the reason they named them that is because during this time period is when we get the most snow in the seasons. So it's the full moon that is closest to that with the season itself. So they decided to name the snow moons. They knew it's the period where we are essentially going to get more winter weather. But I tell you, in North Carolina right now, it is warm. We barely had a winter. My children are very sad that we haven't gotten snow this year, but I think it's okay. And I'm ready for spring, but that's beside the point. What I want to speak to this energy is Leo is the sign where we are being in our highest self, or we have the opportunity to be in our highest self and express our highest self and to love us as we are, who we are, and really be courageous in that and not allow the approval of others to get in the way of that. And if you are, that just means that you are releasing the lower vibrations of Leo, so you're able to get in that space. That's what I mean by the super moon affecting us more than usual. You're going to start to pay attention to how your inner critique is and whether it's aligned with your highest self, or if you're still seeking approval outside of you and feeling insecure, things like that. That's basically what is happening right now with this Leo energy. Aquarius energy. So Aquarius, like I said, we're moving to the age of Aquarius. What does that mean? So Aquarius is the collective energy. It's basically knowing that we are one, we are all connected, we are affecting each other through our energy, and that as a society we are no different from each other. We are, beings of love, and we all have the opportunity to be in that place, and we release judgment. It's all unconditional love. That is basically Aquarius energy. And when you're connecting with the lower side of Aquarius, you are actually critiquing and you are judging. And I want to say specifically authority leaders. So I find it interesting because we just had this impeachment, and I see people from, the left and right, as we put it, because we are all separated right now, right? So we're learning to come back together. But before we do that, we have to notice internally how we are connecting with lower sides of energy. So, for example, if you are judging anyone through this whole thing, it's for you to come back into yourself and find the love for each person and the similarities of each person, and really noticing that most people are just in their passion. They're being passionate, and whether or not you agree with them or not, it's learning how to shut yourself and your judgment off and your critiquing off and your critical mind off, and really seeing through the eyes of love. Okay, this takes a lot of practice, and it starts with yourself. So that is essentially what is happening with the energy right now, and really illuminating for us. Like if you think about the supermoon is illuminating in the sky very bright, so it's illuminating those areas within ourself that are healing and ready to move into the next level, so we can have those breakthroughs, so we can do it differently, so we can raise our consciousness as a collective. So with that being said, this moon is giving us the opportunity to be our highest self, be in our highest purpose, express our messages from the heart, and really being courageous and being a leader in, how we are affecting the world and how our energy is really making a difference in this world. So if you are, well, this is one thing you're going to notice during this moon cycle. You may see people, getting manic, acting out of rage, being more irritable and expressing, angry messages. Or you could see the opposite, expressing messages from the heart that, maybe there's things they've been fearful around. Maybe, there's things they've been upset about. Or maybe there's just a passionate message like what I'm giving right now that is really going to help us align with our highest self. So just be mindful of that with no judgment. Try to open your heart up and actually listen, instead of necessarily feeling attacked. When we could do that, we really are going to be able to unify this way. We have to be the ones to unify, to bring ourselves into power, and not necessarily into power, but like into our own power together. That's the best way I want to put it. And because we are all connected, and the way I see it is almost like a web, like we're all connected through this energy that flows around and through us. Because of that, as we're raising our consciousness, everyone's raising their consciousness. Go figure on that. So it's important that we express ourselves. Why? Because we need to express what we are learning so we can help the next person. And also so that person can hear the messages they need to hear so they can raise their consciousness. So it is very, very important to express yourself right now. Here's the thing. Because most of us are letting our ego lead, that is fueled by fear. So if you are letting that fuel you, it could actually put you in the space where you're like, I know I have something to say, but I'm afraid to say it because guess what? I'm afraid of the energy I'm going to get back, right? So it's like we need approval from others. Or we're judging ourselves around it and we feel like we don't feel confident enough in ourselves. It's bringing up our insecurities that we just kind of shut down and we're like, you know what, I'm just going to move to the side and just let things be and let, whatever, either other people do it, let it all pan out. But actually the universe is asking us to participate in this and take ownership and responsibility of what we're feeling. So for me, this is like my duty to express this. And if I don't honor myself in this way, then guess what? I am just shrinking back deeper. I'm not going into my power and I'm not helping you. By me not expressing myself, I can't help you. And in turn, I can't help the planet heal, right? We can't get where we want to get to if we're not honoring ourselves, and being in integrity and loving ourselves and releasing judgment and leaving our traumas. Like, this is where we got to head, and we're all responsible for it. And we all have the ability to do this. We all have the ability to be limitless. We're love beings, all of us. We have that opportunity to be that. And that's what we all want, right? I can't just want it. There's no way that I'm the only one that wants this. There's no way that there's only 5 of us or 100 of us. It's everyone. We're all feeling the same feelings because we're all connected, right? So I have done a lot of work to clear myself out. And this is what happens. Basically, through this Leo energy, we are, learning how to express from the heart. Before you can express your highest vibrations and be creative with your expression, you have to release the lower vibrations. You have to learn to accept. You have to learn to embrace those energies, to learn that those emotions flow through you naturally, and that you know, you're not without with like that. You have to have all of the emotions. It's not, you're living a human experience. It's not like, oh, okay, I really don't like being angry, so I'm just going to look for joy. How about, okay, I accept the fact that I'm going to get angry at times, and I'm going to learn and observe and not attach myself to that anger, but try to understand it. And when we can do that, then we are able to move into the next level of ourselves and be like, okay, I can pause first, observe my anger, and then I can decide how I want to express myself. Is it through that anger, or do I want to express myself from a more balanced place and say it through love? And it's amazing. It's amazing, but you have to accept yourself first. You have to be able to be that strong person to go down that path without judgment for yourself of how you're going to come off to others. It's okay. There's a message that you need to share. And if it's something that is towards, just one person, or it's through the world, or it's through, a group of people, I don't care how you're feeling guided to share that message or who it's with. Honor yourself and express that message. It's extremely important for us as a society. And if you resist this change, you're just going to make it harder on yourself. If you choose to stay in that logical mind, essentially it's not gonna, like, it's gonna shift naturally regardless. But if, you don't step on board and say, okay, I'm just gonna flow with this energy, I'm gonna listen to myself. If you don't do that and you allow ego to continue to fuel you, this world's gonna look scary as hell. I'll tell you right now, because you are aligning with that frequency of fear. But if you can say to yourself, I want to do this differently, I want to learn to trust myself, I want to learn to trust this journey, I want to see that we can actually create change in this world, I suggest reflecting over yourself and seeing where you can do it differently. So this is honoring yourself and honoring the people around you. I'm trying to think if there's anything else to say around this Leo energy. I have really been, for the past week, channeling that I need to speak a message, and it's a big message and it's very important. So what that naturally did was bring up anxiety for me. And I'm like, holy shit, you're giving me this, powerful, leader message to share with others that, is going to actually make a difference. That, that brings up a lot. It totally does, because I'm like, okay, thank you. Like, thank you, universe. And this is how I do it differently. This is, you know, I hope that essentially that every person, and I know every person will, because I'm feeling through that, we'll get to this place. But it's just it's so much better, and I think everybody deserves this. So what you kind of need to do is be more internal with yourself. So for example, we're so used to external validation, external, approval. We seek things outside of us, everything outside of us, and we don't come back in here to make sure we're happy, or we don't come back in here to really feel through what it is that's going on here. What is the heart? You know what I mean? So what's actually really happening is we're being asked to let our heart lead and have the ego back us up. So what the ego mind does, essentially, when it's in its highest state and really working for us, it motivates us. It helps us function within society. It really kind of is almost like the servant to the master, to be like, okay, I got you, I'm backing you up, I will follow through on your heart's, what's going on here, to help you express that and really, bring it all together. So we're really learning now how to be confident enough and vulnerable enough to share what it is that's on our hearts. And then the next step of this is to learn how to come together with that. So let's say you're sharing what's on your heart and the other person hasn't quite learned it yet, right? So they're, still in their, they don't feel confident enough expressing their emotions. They still, get triggered. They still feel like they're in survival mode, as if they need to defend themselves um because something is outside of them can hurt them, right? 99% of people are probably still like this. That's okay. It's learning how to shift that. So also another thing I noticed that I wanted to share through my expression, when I am in fear, I notice that my eyes and my mind go down. When I am connecting with my highest self and love, I go here, which is, this is my third eye, right? And I seek upward. That's when I know, see, look at me doing this. And you probably noticed, if you go back in this video, you'll see me looking up and out. That is how I know I'm aligning with my highest self. Just a tip, because these are the things we need to pay attention to, ourselves and how we are internally, and our small things, because we're all unique in our own way. But then at the same time, there is a collective message. There's a collective energy. There's a collective place we're all going together, and we're all being asked to really discover who we are as a person, living out our highest purpose and discovering what that is, and then coming together through our uniqueness to be at our highest place, and really letting go of anything other than that. And it's going to happen. Now, we're all receiving that same internal message. We're all receiving that. So no one is without that. It's whether or not you're being in awareness of that, right? So I'm bringing that awareness as to what's happening right now. Now, I want to say, how do I put this into, and now this is my ego. So this is like very interesting. So when I have a message on my heart, I feel into it, and then I observe it. And then what I do is I go up here, okay, how can I express this through a language that people are going to understand, right? It's really interesting how it works. Now, this is how, as a collective, we need to start handling the way we make decisions, the way we speak, and really taking ownership and control over our emotions, because we're going to continue to have, oh no, a bird just flew into the window. Oh, it's a woodpecker. Wow. Okay, this is huge. So woodpeckers symbolize, they make noise, right? So they symbolize expression. Wait, I am dying right now. That is validation from the universe. Okay, this is exactly what I mean. So the universe is working for us. And when you are aware of your external world, I can't believe that just happened. Thank you so much. That was amazing. So I have a direct relationship with the universe. Directly through me, I know that God is within me. We are not separate. We are all one. That's what I mean. That was amazing. So as I was talking about external experiences too, we feel like we are a victim of our external world. Until we could start shifting this internal world, our experiences are not going to change, because we're going to continue to have the same cycle and perspective. We have to be the ones to break out of that change. We have to reflect over how to see things differently, and how to realize that the world is working for us. Now, this is what I was going to speak to, and that's so weird that just happened. I'm freaking out. And actually, I'll probably post in the comments what woodpecker means, just so I could have a validation there. Trump in office right now. I want everybody to release control around that. And what I want you to do instead is observe. Try to understand and be like, okay, I trust this process. I trust this journey. I trust where we're headed. Okay. So trust, huge. I trust myself. I trust the process itself. What is happening? Then what I want you to do is pay attention to the feelings that come up within you that he's present, okay? And move through that from there instead of necessarily trying to resist the change and fight against it, right? The next step is to see this perspective, and this is how I see it. As a society, we naturally connect with masculine energy. Masculine energy is not bad at all, actually. We are a balance of masculine and feminine energy when we are in our highest self. We have mastered the masculine energy to a point where we are out of balance. So Trump actually emanates that masculine energy of where we are as a society. It's not meant for us to judge. It's meant for us to see where we want to shift as a society so we can be in more balance. So, okay, look at it with observance. How is it working for us? And how is it not working for us, right? So there's different aspects of him being in office that is working for us, but then also not working for us. If you are judging it in any way, if you feel like a victim in any way, that is for you to heal. That is for you to work through and work through your traumas, to take ownership and be like, I'm going to fix this and I'm going to heal this so I can be my best self and live my life with joy and happiness, which is also another aspect of Leo, and try to understand rather than starting that judgment, that critiquing, and that critical, voice of someone else. Now, that's how you do that within you. So like I said, no judgment, just an observation and where you could shift your energy to where you actually want to be. And that's where we use our heart to feel what feels right. Okay. So as we move into 2020, trust the process. I also want you to start thinking for yourself and observing everything around you, meaning media, meaning grocery stores, our daily habits as a collective, and pay attention if it's really putting us in the right space for ourselves and where we want to head. And question it and ask yourself, why is it still like this? And really, try to understand. And this is what I do actually, and maybe this will help you. Ask the universe for the truth. Ask the universe to bring you the truth. It's not me, it's not for me to share the truth with y'all, because you need to discover the truth for yourself. And those that I feel like are open will be able to receive it. Those that are still working through and being closed off, it's going to take a little while, but we'll get there as a society. So that's not for me to share. For what my purpose is to help you start to understand yourself and how to open yourself up and connect more with love and build a relationship with the universe and really say to yourself, God, I know you are a part of me and I can have a relationship with you and really trust that I'm headed in the right direction. I could trust that you're going to give me the guidance I need. I can trust that you're going to give me the answers I need. I can trust that you're going to lead me in the right place and the things that I need are going to come to me. The next part of that is learning how to trust yourself and those messages you're receiving. And once you can do that and you can share with others how you do that, we are going to be in the best place that we can be for ourselves and for each other. So this is my message today. I wanted to pull a card. I really hope I shared everything that I wanted to. I just let it flow through me, let it out. Won't have anything written down. Because guess what? I believe in myself and I know that what I'm sharing is truthful and that I'm being as authentic as I can be. So I got the fogged card, veiled. The fog is being lifted. The truth is coming out. We are going to be moving into a time where it looks like destruction and it looks like you know, things are coming out of nowhere. It's the truth. So if you feel any confusion or uncertainty, just know this will all clear up. This is not the best time to make any decisions because we're feeling our emotions. Let those emotions come out and subside. Allow yourself to be confused. That's a big part of the process, is just trusting it and allowing that confusion and relaxing into it. Just learn to be patient, learn to get comfortable with your experiences, and allow it to just clear up on its own. Release control. As a society, that's a big part of the masculine energy we're ready to release right now, and that's control. Just trust. Replace control with trust and faith, and everything will work out. Thank you. I don't think there's anything else I want to share, but thank you for letting me speak, and I hope this message gets across. And please reach out if you need anything, you have any questions, or you want my perspective to just help you move into the next level if you feel stuck. That's what I am here for. And I really hope that I'm helping all of you move into the best version of yourselves, because you all deserve it. We all deserve it. And I think we're all done with how things are, and that starts with us. So when you're done, the universe is going to make you uncomfortable until you say, I give up and I surrender. Show me the truth. Show me how to do this. So go us. We got this.